We're going to show some vision now, Jace, which I know you've been pulling together with the team back at Fox Footy HQ. It is not vision Carlton players or supporters are going to be all too happy with, because it shows some moments where they really just lost the plot.
It does, and what it also tells you, I mean, that's a young player in his first game with an errant hand pass, but even good, experienced players aren't immune to the effect of pressure. And we're going to see some players here make strange decisions. Look at this. He's got numbers around the ball. McGovern, he kicks it off the ground. It costs him a goal. This is when the game, Tigers are coming and the game's on the line. We just saw some extraordinary here. Kick it up the line. He goes for a torp off one step off the outside of the boot. This is right on the siren, which gives them momentum going into that three-quarter time huddle. Here we go again. Sam Doherty. It's just a fumble, doesn't control the hand pass, results in a goal. These are things you just don't expect to see. But if you put enough pressure on, players are human. Here's two players that can't work it out. Haynes drops the mark, and then McGovern goes down in sympathy. They both fall over, and then the Tigers just pick it up and kick to an unmarked player in the square. I'd love to be a fly on the wall when Michael Voss reviews this game, because he's going to see some things that he's going, I didn't think we had this in us.
You got to call a spade a spade. They looked timid in the second half. They looked like they were a rabbit in the spotlight there for a while. I've never seen players just lose their minds, just bomb the ball long, panic. They didn't want to take responsibility for the football. You got to treat it like gold sometimes. They just needed someone to play with composure. And outside of Cripps, De Koning and Wiedering, there really wasn't a lot else to look forward to steady the ship.
The lack of care with the ball in that second half was on display. Right from almost the very first contest, I think it was Jesse Motlop on the wing, decided not to put his hands down, try and kick it up to himself. There were some fumbles and drop marks, and then from there, it filtered through the whole team, and they couldn't recover. Their
confidence gets shattered, and you could see Richmond growing in confidence with every mistake the Blues made, and Nick Boston admitted as much when we just spoke to him. Then one player you wanted more from, and you could sense the Blues fans begging Harry Mackay to lift. It just wasn't his night. He was well beaten.
There was an opportunity for Harry to grab this game and basically win it for Carlton, take some marks. But in the first half, he had young Jacob Blight, who I thought was outstanding. We spoke about him earlier, a 23-year-old, a mature age recruit from the Waffle. But he's come in and his body work, his positioning was fantastic. And he beat him in a raft of one-on-ones. And just, look, they weren't great kicks going to Harry, but you kind of thought Harry might impose himself physically. No. And then it was Ben Miller who moved after Blight got injured. Ben Miller in the second half started doing the same thing, which I think, again, Harry's not going to enjoy looking at this. There's Michael Voss having a chat to him, mate. Sometimes the kick mightn't be great, but you find a way to at least bring the ball to ground, not just get outmarked and get pushed out of the contest. And he just wasn't able to do that tonight.